Now, we talked about West Point, four-year college with the military twist of it. We talked the historical point, and I've also mentioned it's an active military base. It is the oldest continuously manned military base in the Army. Since they moved across the river in 1778 and started fortifying, there's been military presence at West Point ever since. It becomes the academy in 1802. Washington, one of his last letter to Jefferson, he mentions again, Jefferson's the president at that point. He mentions the importance of having a military academy. Kosciuszko is a Polish officer, comes to the States and was an engineer. So right after the Battle of Saratoga, which was really the turning point of the revolution, or will be labeled as the turning point of the revolution, he had done some of the field fortifications on that battlefield. Washington brings him down here to design the defenses at West Point. Neat about this monument is the cadets designed the base of it. Now, another great view here. Last night they had a concert here. Every Sunday night during the summer, the West Point Band, which is an active duty band, and it's one of the standing bands, will come out here.
Oh, you are?
It is, really is.
Here in Operation Outreach in Holyoke, Massachusetts. I'm here with retired Army Major John McAvoy and his son James. And as you can see, we're in the epitome of what it seems to be like in the country. But what John did for us is he actually gave us this guitar, and he picked the two perfect people from WWP, myself, Brendan Rudy, and Mike Green.
Thanks.
Both are guitar players, so we want to thank him for this amazing gift.
Yeah.
If you don't know Guild guitars, they're great. This one's beautiful.
Handmade, old, 1975.
When we first got here to the Cracker Barrel, John had said, "Welcome to Holyoke," and I said, "Thank you." And I didn't notice that he had his disabled Sports USA shirt on, so I said thank you, and I walked in, and Mike and myself went to go have a meal, and he walked in with his son. He said, "You mind if I join you?" I said, then I noticed his shirt. I said, "Wow, I'm sorry, I didn't notice that you were a wounded veteran," but they joined us for lunch, and we had a meal, and he told us the story that you just heard. And you know, that's what we're really trying to do this summer. So hopefully this video is inspiration to get more wounded veterans out here, have them see what the Wounded Warrior Project's all about.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hope you really enjoy that guitar.
I will. Our motto here at the Wounded Warrior Project is to honor and empower veterans, and we want to thank you for honoring and empowering us. We really appreciate it. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, I want to thank you for everything.
Thanks for coming.
You've been through it and back, family members everywhere.
So the Academy in its early years struggles. The father of the Academy, we call him Sylvanus Thayer. Thayer was in, I want to say 1808 or 1809 he graduates. He's only here for a year. He comes in, he had already been a graduate of Dartmouth. They realize they can't teach him anything. He's smoking the program of instruction, so he gets commissioned and sent out into the Army. Well, one of his charters in about 1814, 1815 is to go and see how the Europeans have their academy set up. So for a couple of years he's in Europe, and he's sending back trunks and containers full of materials and programs of instructions. He comes back in 1817 to be the superintendent. What you've got here is the Great Chain. That chain tied in with the fortifications is what Washington sees as keeping the Hudson from falling into the British hands. Again, it didn't work 4 miles south of us, but what they had here is an advantage, and we're going to see that right as we go up to the edge here. The river does something unique, makes a dog leg. So you see, when we were standing over by Kosciuszko, we were looking this way. The river almost makes a 90-degree turn,
Yeah.
and then comes up. So in those days, a ship would have to almost, you know, one of those big sailing ships has to almost come to a halt to make that type of turn. They can't navigate that turn at full speed. So now you've got them slowed down so that the chain becomes now an effective barrier. They don't have the speed. They can't pick up any momentum to ram the thing and break it, and they become vulnerable to your short firing, the cannons. Okay, what you're looking at here is the battle monument, given and dedicated to the 2,230 members of the regular army of the Union side that were killed during the Civil War. It was dedicated in their memory by a collection from veterans of the Civil War and erected in their honor. On the cannonballs, you'll see the names of the enlisted folks, and on the base of the monument, you'll see the names of the officers. And again, these are the 2,230 Union casualties from the regular army from the Civil War.